I going? Yes, I am. Hi! Ooh, wobbly. Sorry about that. Let me start the timer. Yes, I have noticed the red stop sign on my forehead. Thank you very much. That's just how young I am. Let's stick to that. So, hi. Hey, how are you? I am Maja. You can... excuse me. You can find me as sjomajlin on Instagram and Ravelry, and I am coming to you from... Can you see that? I switched the angle around from there to there so that you could see the snow. It's snowy, it's sunny, it's cold. It's Jönköping, Sweden. Today is Friday the... what is it? 5th? 6th? 6th? Is it? Yes. 6th of January 2016. 17! Oh, you know, that old thing, I'm not gonna say 16, and what comes out through your mouth? Mouse! Oh, come on. Okay, it is sort of... how to put it? Well, it's not early in the day, and I've just gone out of bed and had my breakfast, so I am tired AF. Sorry about my French. I went to bed last night at a decent hour, to be me, and I stayed awake very late to finish a book. It's a book in Swedish by a Swedish author. I'm pretty sure it hasn't been translated. So I'm just gonna show my Swedish friends if, yeah, whatever. So it is this woman who writes about a fictional couple's divorce, which happens to have a scary amount of similarities with her and her, well, recently made ex-husband. And it is a book about hurt, I guess. The book itself, I mean, it's not it's not a massively long book, and it's quite airy like this. It's a little bit of a diary setup, but her language, her words, they're just so smooth. I mean, the content is hard. It's heartbreaking, but the words, the language is so smooth. It's impossible to put down. So that's why I was up way late. Today is Epiphany, what is called as 13th day in Sweden, which is a bank holiday, I believe is what you call it. It is a Friday, but it is considered to be a Sunday. So all the professions that have Sundays off has this Friday off, so I'm having this day off. However, I haven't worked much at all this week because I didn't have to, and I was able to take some time at home, which was good, because I also have had quite a cold, which I'm still dealing with, so it's been very good to be home and relaxing. Knitting. I am not going to apologize about the lighting or lack thereof of last week's episode. I know it was quite dark, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna apologize. I had a lovely stay, 2 nights, 3 days at the craft in the woods, where I hardly didn't use any electricity at all. I kept the fire going. Well, not non-stop, because I've tried once to, you know, sort of sleep lightly to tend to the fire through the night, and I just can't cope with it. My body doesn't want to do that at all. So it's better just to sleep through the night and then start the fire again in the morning. But pretty much kept the fire going for 3 days. For warmth and light, and yeah, I just had such a lovely time, so that was lovely. Excuse me. The cold is it's doing its thing in my face as I'm trying to talk to you guys. Anyway, so knitting, or well, Happy New Year again. I did upload after New Year, or like in this year, but I haven't spoken to you since then, so I hope you all had a good time and safe time and all of that. So knitting, I have my my chair seems to have something to say. I have 3 finished objects, and I noticed, so I'm sitting in, so here is my desk. This is how I usually sit. Well, you can't really see, but anyway. So I've noticed okay, so let me come back around. If I lean forwards and backwards in sort of that front, right, back, left direction, it's not that bad at all. If I change diagonals to front, left, back, right, and that is for some reason the angle at which I keep the camera for filming and lean forwards and backwards to show you stuff. So if I just chose to sit like this and do this diagonal, this chair wouldn't be as noisy at all. But I'll probably forget that. I have 3 finished objects this week. Did I say that? I do. I do have 3 finished objects this week. So first off, I finished the mittens I showed you last week. I've been wearing, I've used these, I've worn these because it's been a very cold week and they were lovely. So here they are. You can see them better now in this lighting. I've soaked them, stretched them out a little bit, and I've also brushed them inside that I've shown you before. Just take like a scrub brush and roughen up the surface just a little bit to make it fluffy, which excuse me. So this is the inside. You can see it is a little bit felted, which is exactly the point. It keeps the floats a little bit better if you've perhaps haven't done a great job catching the floats. It fluffs up the surface, so now it's back. It fluffs up the surface a little bit to, how do you say, it helps soften. Visually it looks a little bit more blocked, and also it makes it more airtight on the inside, which have been really good this week because we've had, again, several degrees below freezing and also quite a wind chill. So I've worn these, and as I mentioned, so the motif goes all the way down, but there is a cuff that is knitted and then folded over, so it does what do you say? I need to do something about this chair. It folds, or it closes quite lovely around the wrist. So I'm very pleased with those. They were made out of this kit that, whoa, again, Maddie sent me. I've shown you this before. And I really don't know whether this is, because I would guess that this is Estonian, but it might be Finnish or Latvian. I don't know. I didn't look that up. And there are web addresses there that you can go to, but they are .com, so that doesn't say anything. And it is Finn sheep, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything either. So the pattern itself is called Spring Spirit, as you can see. And it came with wool and pattern. So let's see if I just put the ball bands. I kept the ball bands as well. I haven't put them back on those. So I have quite a bit left over of this lovely wool. I mean, I've looked through this and I couldn't find where the kit comes from. Yeah, no, I don't know. It says though, that little note, it gives you directions on how to take care of your wool. And it talks about like you don't have to wash it too much because there is lanolin on it and wool sort of cleans itself, right? Which confirms what you can definitely feel when you touch this wool, that it is very sparsely treated. It is a very, very natural wool, but it's still not, it's not scratchy at all. It is super, super soft and just lovely. So I'm super pleased with those. I also did finish the Still Light tunic. Pause for drama. And tea. I've started the tunic this summer sometime, and it's been... I usually don't allow projects to be on the needle for that long, and it has bugged me some that this was just going on and on and on, but I didn't prioritize this. Definitely not during the last stretch of up before Christmas. But I finished it. I wore this yesterday. I went into the office a little bit. So I'm not putting it on, but it is full length sleeves. Excuse me. The pattern gives you like 3/4 length sleeves, but I elongated them. And then you have these pleats with pockets in front, and then I made it... No, that's a visual, isn't it? I made it a little bit longer as well than what the pattern asks you to, because I wanted to. I put a button, a little turquoisey or tealy, I guess, leaf button in the back, which is kind of cute, I think. And yeah, I love this. I enjoy it so much. Or, as I said, I wore it yesterday and I loved it. It keeps me very warm in this chilly weather. Excuse me. I knit this on 2.5mm needles out of Drops Fable, or Fable, if you will, yarn. I'm sure this colorway has a name, but the number of it is 107. It's not navy blue. I mean it's too light to be navy blue, but it is quite a dark or heathered dark blue. And I weighed, because I didn't keep track of how many skeins went into it, but I weighed the finished object and it weighed in at 480 grams. So just under 10 balls then, because these are, or skeins, because these are 50 gram skeins. I might as well tell you, 50 grams, 205 meters, so that is a sock yarn, sock weight yarn, yeah. So I finished that, finally. And I'm very happy with it, as I said. And then, okay, let's see if I can show you this. We've had, or we have a Christmas calendar on TV every year. From 1st of December to 24th of December there is a short, like 13 minutes long, I think, episode of a little adventure or something. And so this isn't her, but this time around, so it was last year, the protagonist was a young girl, and she was wearing a top hat and a cowl. So this isn't her, this is someone modeling for like a do-it-yourself kit. But the knitted items looks very much the same. So a friend of mine, hello, what happened to the focus? Interesting. What do I do about this? I have no idea. Something happened. Or is it just my eyes? No, it can't be. Okay, so a friend of mine asked me if, or she said, like, if you are really bored and you need something to do, you might make me one of these. And I did, because I wanted to. So here it is. I finished it just yesterday. I didn't use a pattern, I just went for it. I sewed on buttons. These are, I mean, it is properly sewn together, the ends. You cannot unbutton this. So this yarn is Lovikka yarn from Järbo. I used a little more than, I used probably 1.5 of these hanks. So 100 grams per hank, and that is 60 meters. I had leftovers rolled up into a ball that I started with, so I don't know how much that was, but probably about 1.5. Excuse me. So I knitted a straight scarf, and this, I think this might be brioche. There are a few very similar techniques that have slightly different names in Swedish, and I haven't really learned exactly what brioche is. So this might be brioche. You knit every row twice. You knit it flat, so you knit one, you slip the knits, or you slip the pearls, so it is efficient. I don't even know what word I was going for. It is essentially a rib. So you knit the knits and you slip the pearls with the yarn over, and then going back, you knit the knits, which then has a yarn over from the row before where you slipped it, and then you slip the pearls with the yarn over. So each row growing takes 2 laps. So I'm sure there's a more efficient way of doing that, but that's what I did. So I knit it this length, and then I sewed it together and sewed on a few buttons. So that's a little nice quick project, and it is super warm and nice and cozy. So I'll hand that over when I see her, which probably is on Monday at work. And there is some veggie matter in this yarn. Oh, no! Oh, I hate this! Oh, it hurts so much inside my face when a sneeze is on its way and then it hesitates. I hate that. I've mentioned that to a couple of friends and they don't understand what I'm talking about at all, so I don't know if it's how my face is constructed or if that's a thing. Excuse me, that's just so awful. Okay, so no, I'll show you my works in progress first. Anyway, I started 2 new things. I also want to show you I am still trudging along with this shawly thing. This is so completely mindless and lovely. It is garter in a... the yarn is a little bit mohair in. Do I have a ball band here? Yes, I do. Anyway, so this is so completely mindless. I'm thinking I'll keep it for a while as sort of my bring along when I need something mindless to work on. So it is, there you go. I just read it. What did it say? 80% acrylic and 20% mohair. Is that right? Yeah. So it is fluffy. But I'm not working very hard on that. So, when I had finished the long tunic on 2.5mm needles, I foolishly wanted to do something drastically different, so I started this. Which, so this needle isn't very long at all. The idea is that this is going to be my size. It looks really bunched up right now, and hopefully it's going to stretch. So this needle isn't very long at all, so I'm not stretching this right now. So this is a 9mm needle, and I thought this would be fun. However, it hurts, you know, because your motion in knitting is so exaggerated. It really hurts your body. I did get also that is these skeins. I'm knitting with them center pulled, so that working skein had imploded pretty bad. So I have 3 skeins of this. I mean, it is bigger than my hand. It's called Cindy. It's a 300 gram ball, 100% acrylic. It asks for size 12 needles. Oh, I thought it was 10. Well, size 12 needles. It is a very chunky 2-ply in 2 different grey colors. It is acrylic. It is sort of plasticky. It's not squeaking, but it's just not squeaking. So it's not amazing to work with, but it's kind of fun, and I don't even know if I'll be, you know, able to wear this material, or if it will, you know, sort of... I don't want to consider myself a yarn snob or a fiber content snob, but I'm not gonna wear something that makes me feel like I've bitten on... oh, what's that called? Not aluminium foil, but the other sort of the same. You know what I mean? Yeah, so we'll see. It's a fun project. So I'm obviously using several numbers too small a needle, but I think, I mean, I like the fabric. Just with the larger gauge, it's going to be a little Kevlar-esque, but yeah, I think I like it. So I've divided for the sleeves. I'm just keeping these stitches on I've tied them together. Cables from my Knit Pro set. This is something else. I don't even know. Pony maybe. Plastic needle. And yeah, we'll see. I am working on the first skein of this, and again it's imploded dramatically. I have 3 in total, so we'll see. We'll see. Again, I said it hurts when I knit it because the motions are so extreme, but it is fun. Maybe I didn't say this is a top-down raglan. I'm sure you saw that, but I didn't say it. And the raglan increases I'm making, or that I've made, are the knit one, yarn over knit one in the same stitch. So it makes these like holes. that can be kind of decorative. Decorative. I don't think that's a word in English. Or is it? Ornamental, I guess. I also did start another more serious, if you will, project. So, excuse me. This is my breakfast tea, so I need that to be functional. So it's a non-negotiable. Negotiable. What's the word? Some time ago, I had bought kauni. These are 150 gram skeins. Right. It's a Danish yarn. Yeah, 150 gram skeins, and I have 3 of these. It's 400 meters for 100 grams, so it is a suck weight yarn. And this, I believe, is a natural undyed brown. It just says it's 100% wool, it doesn't say what wool it is. Anyway, so I started a cardigan. I'm knitting it top down in the round. My plan is to steek it. And I've pretty much just started it. I've made some, so let's see, this is center back and this is center front. You might be able to just make out that I made some short row shaping for the neck. I am making this without pattern. I'm just doing sort of regular raglan increases. I'm not doing the fancy ones I made on this. And yeah, I've decided to do some purl for the center front to help me know where to cut later on. And I'm thinking this will just be plain, like everyday wear cardigan. No fancy patterning or anything. I might change my mind. You never know. So I started that. Okay. 2:45 left on the clock. Last Christmas I got a gift card from my parents by my local yarn store, which I've shown you a few video clips from. It is a very, very busy yarn-wise store. We don't really have that tradition in Sweden where you have like a table or a sofa, come sit and knit. It is more like a proper store. You go, you buy your stuff and you leave. And there are so many things and colors and knitted samples, and it is... If you know what you're looking for, it's not the perfect store to go to. What was that? I just saw something in the... Anyway, because it's so easy to be completely confused there. If you don't know at all what you're looking for, it is very easy to pick up loads of inspiration there. And if you know exactly what you're looking for, you can go there. Anyway, so I had a gift card from last Christmas that I was thinking, you know, oh, I'll use this for something special. And that thought in itself can be crippling. So I hadn't used it, so I thought on Monday, I think this week, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna get stuff. So I did. I got a bunch of stuff. I got Let Loopy, an Icelandic yarn that is, you can see right there, that it is pretty, again, oh, I'm shaking. It's the lack of tea. Minimally, what's the word? This is very, very natural. I completely lost the word. I had it. It's been minimally tempered with. You know what word I'm looking for. So, I got 4 different colored skeins. So these 2 are obviously dyed. I'm thinking... Shush! I'm not done. I want to show you this to you so that I can... I'm thinking these 2 might be natural. At least this is natural, I'm sure. This might be processed, I guess was the word I was looking for. So those for color, those 4, let's see, so I have this like fabric buckets, so I'm putting it back there. And then I got 7, so this is the same, but 7 skeins of this color, which is a heathered blue, not very unlike this, from Dusty Light. I didn't mention Dusty Light tunic is by Vera Limaki, the pattern. So I got 7 skeins of this. So I'm thinking this will be a yoked sweater, sort of Icelandic inspired anyway. I haven't decided if I'm going to follow a pattern for it or if I'm going to figure something out myself. But I have 1 more of this main color. So 7 skeins for the body and then those 4 different colors for the yoke. I think that's going to be nice. I did get a skein of Drops Lace, Baby Alpaca and Mulberry Silk. Oh. No. Ah, it hurts. Okay. Yeah. Sort of an oatmeal color, I guess. Doesn't have a colorway name on here. It's color 2020. I didn't tell you the colors of the loopy. I'll talk about that when I knit with it, I figured. I got a hank of Osterman sock yarn. It says not just for socks, so but it is a sock weight yarn. So you can see there is sort of what it will look like knitted up if you hate that gauge. I'm not a big fan of that sort of spiraled stripes. So I don't know. I just fell in love with these colors. I think they are gorgeous. Makes me think of like blueberries in milk or with cream or something. Gorgeous. So this is 100 grams and about 400 meters, I assume. Yeah, 420. I got a Fortissima cotton stretch, which made me curious. It looks, I don't know if you'll be able to make that out. Yeah, it looks like it's a super high twist, and it has that not super smooth feeling. I mean, it's not coarse or rough at all, but it's not like super smooth. So I'm curious to see how this will work out. So it is not super stretchy, but it is stretchy, and it is 41% superwash wool, 39% cotton, 13% polyamide, and 7% polyester. So the content is quite weird. And I fell in love with these colors, and I thought, you know, I want to try that. So where 460 meters for 100 grams. So this is just a hair thinner than a regular sock yarn, and I don't know how it will knit up because I've never worked with this before. Colorway 0092. And I just said Fortissima cotton stretch, but it's Schuller install, I guess. Should I install? So I'm trying that out. And lastly, but not least, they also carry a few skeins of Schoppel Zauberball. Crazy Zauberball even. So I got, and they had some different ones, but I got the 100 grams, 420 meters. And this was so funny. Knitting can be addictive. Stricken kann süchtig machen. Süchtig. Yeah. I didn't know that word. But if I just heard it, I would have guessed it meant like when you crave something, you know, like I'm craving chocolate right now. And that is sort of what knitting does, right? 75% superwool whoosh. Superwool whoosh. Questions? No? You got that, right? Superwool whoosh. 25%. Okay, so first it says 75% sjomajlin, superwash, 25% polyamide, and then it says 75% virgin wool, 25% nylon. I didn't actually know that polyamide and nylon was the same thing. I thought it was like similar enough, but this pretty much says it's the same. And anyway, there is a little picture of, I'm shaking, how it will knit up. So it's these sort of whoa. My tea is cold. What I was trying to say was jewel tones in purple, green and yellow mainly. I've never worked with Zauberball before, so Zauberball, but I'm excited to try it. So that was my acquisitions, which isn't little. So I ran out over time. So I might as well just mention that again. So early fall, I happened to be on a little bit of a hiatus from podcasting because life. Excuse me. And as I decided to come back to this, because I enjoy this, I decided that to help myself keep the pressure low, I would set the timer for 30 minutes and I would go, and then when time's up, it's up. And I haven't really mentioned that since then, so if you've dropped in later than that, very, very welcome. But you might wonder what that's all about, and that's just a way for me to keep sane. However, this time I went over because I wanted to show you this stuff, because it's been sitting out for me to remember or not to forget to show you, but now I will put it in to the stash if I can fit it in. So yeah, that's why I went over. I am going out for a walk in the sun, however, it's now cloudy. It was completely clear skies when I started, now it's cloudy. That sucks. Anyway, I'm going out to capture some Pokemons, and then I'm knitting the rest of the weekend. So please do take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves and to one another, stay warm or cold, whatever you need. Drink a lot of tea. Happy knitting. Bye!